it starts.
For generations you've slept. No purpose. No call to wake you. Grenier. Seeds from the ruins of the old war, swallowing colonies whole. But there's still hope. The Tenno. Monuments of an ancient warrior caste. Scattered across frail worlds. forgotten. Like a dream. Wake up, Tenno. Wake up.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so welcome on in. It's Dark Monster, the motherfucking Mercadonster, and what we're going to be doing is a new player experience from a BudgetBoi perspective. Now, what the hell does that mean? That means that I created a new account with the sole express purpose to kind of have a, not necessarily a guide, but a rough look at how you should progress through the game, especially early on, from a veteran player. Now, I've been playing this game for about 8 years. As of this moment, I'm mastery rank 23, and that's after taking tons of breaks, years off at a time, coming back to tons of content. That's the one thing I could say is this game has never-ending content. So, I'm going to be making decisions based on experience as a player that's been playing for a long time, but I'm also not going to choose the absolute most optimal because I'm not going to expect new players to be able to do that. So we're going to choose some things that are just playing out the best choice, but we're not going to grind out crazy things like I'm not going to go get a bunch of platinum off the marketplace to unlock new things or buy new things or whatnot. I'm going to do this as BudgetBoi as possible, because that's how I live my life. Now, first things first, we are given the choice between 3 different warframes: Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Now, when I started, this was not the same choice. It was Mag, Excalibur, and Loki. And in all honesty, I should have picked Loki at that point. But if we're to look, Mag is the least useful in my opinion early on, because her abilities don't do enough early, and then she doesn't transition very well into late or even into mid. Volt has utility later. He's very good at, when properly built, nuking lots of enemies in a large area. His electric shield has a ton of uses for damage amplification for certain things later on, but early on he's not significantly great, especially because you're not going to be getting a lot of necessary equipment and mods and things to make you super useful. Now, the one that I think is the most useful early, mid, and late is Excalibur. There are still missions I can take Excalibur on and do totally fine. He's good early. He has a lot of utility that I think goes unnoticed. One of the best and probably least used early abilities is Radio Blind. A lot of players think, oh, slash dash is my damage, which it can be, but realistically, Radio Blind can do more for you because it stops enemies from shooting you because they are blinded, but it also gives you, as you see, they walk up and stab them, and they do what we call a finisher move that gives you a ton of damage, especially on a enemy that's in a state of blinded, and especially if they haven't seen you, I believe you get even more damage. But it's more in the end, and this is criminally underused by new players. It's incredibly powerful. So much utility and damage. It stops you from taking damage, and it lets you dish out a ton. Later on, Exalted Blade will just nuke all sorts of things. Even after they nerfed it, it was still so good, especially early on. This is going to be able to carry you throughout the majority of the game. So you're going to be seeing me play a lot of this frame, because we're not going to have access to a ton of them. This is going to be the most utility you can get. There we go. So we're going to choose Excalibur.
I see the Lotus has tried to wake you. Pity she's too late. You're my prize now, Tenno. No. We are taking this one with us.
What has he done to you? I can't lose another Tenno. I'm surging your Warframe's power systems. Quick, use your power. Defend yourself.
Whoa. Sensitivity was feeling a little high there. Let me double check every option here. See if it reset things, which it might have. Lotus, if you could, you know, get off my screen, that'd be cool. Thanks. I don't actually know what my sensitivity was beforehand. I believe the rest of this. Oh no, it did reset a lot of things. Well, that's going to be annoying. Let's go ahead and fix all of this now, shall we? Turn, no, glare is fine. Turn film grain off. Ambient occlusion can go on. Depth of field, motion blur need to go off. Okay. To confirm on that. And then let's check the sensitivity. I need to get Lotus off my screen real quick. Okay, there we go. That fixes that. So we're gonna bring this down to say 20 and 15. 15. Sure, let's try this. We'll see how this feels.
Use your power now.
It's still a little high for me, personally. I like pretty low sensitivity in games. Bring this down to 12. Bring this down to probably 8. See how that feels? That's probably right. Alright. You have unlimited power here, so... Alright. Now, I've not played the new player experience in a long time.
Arm yourself.
I haven't played it since back when I first started, and it's definitely changed a lot since. So you can sprint, and it's pretty quick, but sliding is better, especially if you jump after sliding, which is called bullet jumping. Makes life a lot easier. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to change my interface size because I like it to be bigger. I'm sure there's a place to do this. HUD scale, there we go. Try 200, see how it looks. This is all going to be initial things that I couldn't do. Oh, 200 is way too much. Couldn't do before, so we'll have to do it now. Interface dummy. You got to go to the right thing. Try 150. How does that look? That's still too much. So we're going to bring it down to 125, I think, is the answer to our dilemma. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I can see health, I can see map, I can see powers and weapons and things. So we have a choice between the Skana and the bow. I'm going to choose the Skana, one, because I like the Skana better than the bow, and two, Excalibur gets a bonus from his passive when you use swords. When you slide into an attack, it'll do a spinning attack. You do jumping slam attacks if you jump and look down and do a melee attack. You can also choose whatever your heavy attack button is. Mine's currently mapped to C to do a heavy attack. And those have different properties, but that'll come up later. Also, if you aim, it'll block. And if you do that in the air, you'll glide. Also, if you crouch and jump, you get a bullet jump, and you can jump once more in the air, and you can glide. Mastering movement is a big deal in this game. These are containers. They have all sorts of things between health orbs, energy orbs to give you more abilities, ammo, different resources to build things. Let's murder this guy. That was a finisher. That was a one-shot. That's because he was completely unalerted and I was behind him. And then I pressed my interact key, which for me I've bound to Q. And that made it so that I got a finisher damage on him. Significantly more damage because of it.
There's a cache of weapons ahead. Grab what you can.
So we have a choice between the kunai and the lato. Kunai is silent, which is nice for taking out people unaware. However, it doesn't do very much damage. And if you don't immediately kill something when you try to shoot it or try to hurt an enemy that's unaware, they will just become aware, which you don't want. So you might as well just take something that's going to do more damage. And that would be the lato, I think. Headshots do in fact matter. Crouching will improve your accuracy even more.
Good. Extraction point is up ahead. Hurry, before Vor finds out you've escaped. A Tenno flows like fire over the battle terrain. Do you remember how to dash up walls?
So if you just jump against a wall, you'll jump up it. Very helpful. And again, bullet jumping is the majority of the way you'll get around throughout the whole game. That doesn't change no matter how much you play. Bullet jumping is the most common thing you'll be doing.
Salvage team, why have you not reported in?
You made it. There's the extraction ship.
So this is what it looks like when you have a boss battle. He's got a shield indicated by the blue bar, and that will eventually refill over time. And the yellow is his health. It's yellow because it also has armor, which is damage reduction, represented by yellow. Red is just raw health. Fun fact, if you are in the air, enemies get a accuracy debuff against you. So you would take less damage when in the air.
My decrepit heart is pounding. This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tenno is mine.
Quick, get to the console and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
That enemy took enough damage to die to a finisher through your Parazon, which is a little handheld item. The console to activate. Sometimes they need to be hacked, sometimes they don't.
To destroy you, but I need to will war.
So now we get the choice between the Breton and the Paris. If you want stealth, you want the Paris. However, we have melee for stealth, so we're going to take the more consistent DPS option, which is going to be the Breton. It's not great, but it's better than the Paris. And there's an energy orb. Now, as you saw, we took damage and it broke our shield. And then we didn't take any more damage. That's because there's shield gating. Meaning, once your shield breaks, you have a very brief amount of invulnerability. Until, that only lasts for like a second or so. And then the invulnerability is gone until your shield completely refills and then breaks again. Even if it's partially filled, you won't get it because it won't be fully filled first. That is a fairly new addition to the game that has made life so much better. And here's an example of hacking, I believe, right? Yep. So there's two kinds. There's Grenier and there's Corpus. This is a Grenier hack. It goes around and you just rhythm game hit that button.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon, we require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Stop running. I can't shoot a moving target. Okay, we're good.
You cannot hide from these sword eyes. I've marked you. You will return to me.
Never claimed to be able to aim.
I knew we had a shared passion, Hunter.
So this is your daily login reward. Every single day that you log in, you get a new reward. And at different tiers, as you can see highlighted in this route up here, different milestones, I should say, you get an even greater reward. So for this, you would get the 1,000 endo, 25,000 credits, and I guess that would be it. Just those two. And then later on, you get more, and we'll say significantly more impactful rewards later on. This is an affinity booster. Affinity is basically XP.
Operator, you have returned. I am Ordis, ship Cephalon, a shadow of my former self. I cannot serve the operator in such a condition. Order me to self-destruct. I will understand.
All right, so this is your orbiter. This is where the magic happens. This is essentially your home hub. Eventually, all of these things will be lit up and function one by one. I know that I actually had something on it already. Let's go ahead and close this chat because we don't need it. Oh, I guess. Wow. And I wasn't paying attention, so I'm not sure where they want me to go. I don't think any of this opens up till much later. I missed something. Restore ship comms. Is that really what it says? I this is how long this has been? Is that I don't know how to do that. We're gonna learn together, apparently. I should actually ask somebody who's done the new player experience recently. Normally, it was like right in the middle of things. But apparently not. BRB, Googling. Am I okay? Maybe I'm just dumb and didn't do the thing. I might just be dumb. Yeah, I'm just dumb. One way or another, I'm dumb. You would think this would be an easy thing to just figure out, but it's less so. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this just doesn't make any sense. Controls, keybinds. I've been able to interact with things with Q already. Use this Q. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go ahead and exit and see if that helps, and if I come back, because maybe, just maybe, that's the issue. Probably not, but it very well could be. So I'm gonna boot this back up, load back in, and see if that fixes whatever my issue is. Because I believe I should just have to interact with that thing that says restore the ship's comms. But I could be wrong as well. Oh my, that's very loud.
Operator, you have returned.
Why
I am
is it so
Ordis,
loud?
Ship Cephalon, a shadow of my former self. I cannot serve the operator in such a condition. Order me to self-destruct. I will understand.
The Grineer are ravenous for this old technology. It is superior to theirs.
Oh,
Perhaps
no.
there are systems left in the orbiter compartment?
Look at this mess. Those savages. Components have been removed. The lower orbiter compartments have no life support. Why did the operator abandon me? Arsenal management could be restored if the operator wishes it.
Your life's a lot better now. So yeah, for whatever reason, this didn't trigger like it was supposed to. So we just bugged out. It wasn't my fault. This didn't happen. I walked up to this multiple times. When in doubt, log out and log back in.
You honor Ordis. Now I can supply the operator with better monitored firepower. Oh, the violation. Those have been looted as well.
We need to figure out what Captain Vor has done to you and stop him, but we'll need help. I found a communication segment we might salvage for your ship. When you are ready, activate your navigation system.
Ordis hopes the operator will punish the Grineer for dismantling it.
So before you click on any sort of mission to do it, you have an option here to either do public, friends only, invite only, or solo. For now, I want to choose solo. But later on, we'll be opening this up to the public because there's very few reasons to not do so. Especially on missions where you might need help.
The segment you need is in a nearby data vault. Infiltrate the vault and retrieve the segment.
The Ascaris is working, breaking through. I see the shadows of your mind.
Always break containers, especially early on, because they hold resources.
This data vault is equipped with a variety of security measures. How to defeat those measures is up to you.
If you look up in the corner near my health, you'll actually see that there's a stealth bonus affinity boost. Meaning, if you murder somebody and they're unaware of it, you actually get an experience boost. And now it's gone because that guy noticed me. But I got more experience for a little while by murdering people silently. That doesn't count because he was eventually aware of me. I believe that constitutes a reset. So if you ever go off the map, you don't have to worry about it. You just come right back up. No damage, but it does reset your position, so you could be in trouble if enemies spot you. Don't see anybody. There we go, there's somebody. We'll glide up behind him and stealth kill him. There's a Kubro down there, a wild one. This is a locker. Make sure you open those as well. It's not super fast. It's a little tedious. Makes things take a lot longer. I even lost my affinity bonus for doing it. But it's going to pay off so much in the later section of the game. Or even actually, it's just going to pay off constantly to gain resources and credits and things. It's a good habit to form early. But here's another hacking console.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
So the worry is this little thing here. Grenier force fields trip the vault's alarm and drain energy if touched. So I don't want to be touching this thing. I did not mean to be up in here, I can tell you that. I could just stand here. Okay. There we go, we got through. Did not set off the alarm. Avoid alerting any enemies patrolling the vault. Ooh. Does that mean we have to go around? I believe it does. Use your third-person perspective to your advantage. See a Grenier here. And we kill. We hack. We get in.
Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms. The segment is yours. Head to extraction.
As every moment passes, the Ascaris burrows deeper, revealing you.
So it's worth it to kill things early, because you do get experience for doing it. And you want as much experience as you can get early on. Nope. I'm used to how this works early on with no range. All right. More containers, more enemies. And we got a mod. The reason that mods are so important is because they affect stats of items, including your warframe, your weapons, all sorts of things. I believe this is just going to loop back around up to where we were going already. Click this to expand everything up. So we got a handful of mods, but there's a problem. These mods are cracked and flawed, meaning that they are purely pale imitations of themselves, of their true selves. So we don't really want to upgrade in them, use any sort of resources on them, but they will give us very, very minor stat increases. So we'll use them, we just won't invest in them. And as you can see, things are leveling up. The more things you have leveling at once, the less each of them will level. So if I were really wanting to focus on just leveling Excalibur, I would unequip 2 of the weapons, and then 1 of the weapons would level, and then the Excalibur would level. And it would level way faster. But these, you know, are used, so might as well keep them.
Orbiter Void Cloak engaging. Welcome back, operator. The operator has recovered a segment.
Install it now.
Ordis patiently awaits its installation.
Get communications online. I must analyze what Vor's Ascaris is doing to your warframe. This technology is beyond the Grineer. It must be Corpus in origin.
Systems engaging. I suppose this will do. Ordis is grateful.
Alright.
The operator is now.
So here you can equip different warframes. We only have the one out of all these, so we can't equip anything different. We could choose what it looks like, customize it, random it up.
Excellent idea, Ordis. Tenno, we need to make contact with a Corpus defector sympathetic to the Tenno cause.
Actually, I kind of like that last one.
Require compensation.
You see what Ordis is referring to, operator?
Some of these randoms kind of work out kind of nicely sometimes. Sometimes they're awful. Sometimes they're kind of
Will
sick.
be freedom. I've updated navigation. You will need to break him out of a
Alright,
Grineer.
we're going to default this. Also, you can choose different skins and helmets and things. Animations, you get a handful for free. I've never seen the Zata. What is this? Oh, we're fancy. Alright, alright. He's ready for war. But I typically just choose none. Attachments, we don't have any. But you can get them through various things, and then you can also buy them off of the marketplace. Actually, hold up. I just saw this. Where was that? Harmony for 1 whole credit. Purchase for a credit. Look at that, we have something. Let's unequip it. Anything similar going on here? And then we can spy on the dirt cheap budget boy style? No. So we're not going to worry about it too much. But you can also color that. Sign down, as I doubt we're going to be able to get any one of these for quite a while, let me tell you. You can color that as well. Regalia. You can get emblems. You can get sigils. In fact, we're going to put the mastery sigil on because I actually really like it. That looks pretty sick, actually. And then, oh, I didn't confirm that apparently. There we go. We can even change the colors of it. Now, you only have access to so many different colors. And you can get more palettes later on for other things. We'll actually leave it as is because I think it's reactive to energy. And then on the back, we'll put the Heart of Tenno one. We'll buy that. So I actually kind of like that a lot. And again, I think that goes by your energy color. So before we really start customizing colors, let me check something because it is the month of June. And yes, we have the limited time things here. And this one costs 1 credit. So we'll purchase it. That's not a bad swath of colorization. Yeah, look at all of them colors. Might just leave that as is. Accents. A lighter green. Mostly on the legs there. Is there anything on the back that's emissive? Yeah, all these lights. Alright. We'll choose a green for it. Is there a... That's not very good green. And then energy. Choose a slightly darker green. Does this change the way anything else looks? No. Okay, cool. We'll just leave those as is. Now we can't modify anything yet, even though we have mods, which is slightly annoying, but that's okay. Let's move on to the next mission. You skip to get through things faster.
Darvo. He's being held in the prison block on the other side of this factory complex.
Again, let's use our third-person
How many
perspective
mere
to our
slaves died
advantage.
to build this place?
To get free bonus XP.
Darvo was out for himself, but he is sympathetic toward the Tenno. The Grenier must have found out.
The Ascaris is working, breaking through. I see.
Oh no, there was somebody here.
Shadows of your mind.
Don't let Vora distract you. Focus on the mission. It's our only hope of figuring out this link with him.
I missed. Alright. Well, here's the problem. That guy in the back, I don't think he's going to turn around. I don't know if they're going to move at all. So, we're just going to take what we can get and kill the one. There's one there. I don't see anybody else around him. I was wrong. Jump up here and get all these resources. Beautiful. Now, as you've noticed, I can open doors without actually walking through them. And I see this is uncovered, which means there's probably a path here for something. Turns out it's loot, an alternative route. And I could see a couple people. Okay, can't go too far upwards. G to mark things. This is a neuroptic mass. This gives me a neurode. Gonna be very handy to have in the future because that's a slightly rare resource that comes up in a lot of builds. Damn, that sucks. He noticed me. I almost got away with it too.
This is the prison
Who
block.
set off
If you
the
can
alarm?
avoid detection by the warden, it may be easier to get
This
Darbo
guy.
out.
I could hear the
Bypass
alarm go
security
off.
so we
I was
can
very
enter.
annoyed. And if they do set off the alarm, you can reset it with the security console. It's a never-ending enemies. Now you may even notice that I now have more health and energy than I did before. That's because my Warframe is a higher level. As that goes up, the maximum amount of energy and other things goes up. Shield capacity, energy, health. This area is heavily fortified. Survey the area and proceed with caution. Meaning, don't get caught. Or else. You can actually ride these with the interact button when you're up in the air with near them. A lot of stuff in here. Uh-oh. Sometimes jumping against the wall can stall your placement so that you're too high up to be noticed. So this door doesn't open because that needs to be triggered. Before that can happen, we should kill this person. Another kill. And another kill. All this bonus XP going to good use. Again, I got out of the way just in case there was an enemy looking my way.
Search these cells for Darbo. He has to be here somewhere.
I owe you for this day.
Hey, I got lucky.
Get my entourage to meet us in orbit once we're clear of this mess.
Extraction is ready. Remember.
Now, in missions where you have a prisoner that you rescue,
Alive.
they often ask for you to give them your secondary weapon. Don't ever do it. It's a bad idea. The reason being, if they have a gun, they're more likely to get shot. And if they get shot, they go down, and that makes it harder for you.
To send you fetching greedy fools from the corpus.
Sorry about that, I had a sneeze. So we have a couple Grineer patrolling the area now. They're gonna cross pass. And then I make my move. Darbo, you ruined my stealth. So the most optimal way to clear these rescue missions, once you have the rescue target, is just to get to the exit as fast as possible. Because they can't...
Now the Ascaris has burrowed deep enough to give me influence. Shall we see how your shields work?
The Ascaris is letting Vor control your shield. We must figure out how to remove it. Avoid taking damage while I try and block him.
So as I was saying, you usually want to get to the end as soon as possible by just rushing there, because then the rescue target will just teleport to pretty much where your location is. However, we're pretty early on, and I'm not threatened, and things like this make it so that I don't want to do that. All the resources we can while we're here. No, I was gonna kill him. Again, we got some more mods, but unfortunately they are cracked. That actually is not a cracked mod for once. But now we get to use the mods.
I see the operator can enable the mod segment now. Ordis will be delighted to show you how to upgrade your arsenal. May I recommend fire? Operator, I've linked the mod segment.
Well, means
to your
now we have
arsenal
mods.
now. No need to thank me.
Upgrade your warframe now.
Go to the arsenal to see the weapon upgrade options you have. An excellent find, operator. There are hundreds of these mods to locate. If my calculations are correct, there are exactly a lot of possibilities.
Thank you,
Install the
Ordis.
mod before we can continue.
So you have different type of mods that have different polarities. That's what this little symbol is. Nariman, aka Dash, Vazern, aka D, Madurai, aka V, and then various other ones that we don't have yet. And if you, as you see, we have one with a D polarity. So we could take something like Vitality. If we put it here, it's a 2 drain. It's going to cost me 2 out of my 5 capacity. Why is it 5? Because my Warframe is level 5. Now this, as you can see, as I highlight it, this gets colored green. This one gets colored red. Yes, no. It matches the polarity and it reduces the cost by half. We have this and we have this. We could do that. Now, as you look, the stats you get are very minimal. Very, very minimal. The difference of 100 strength and 103 strength is not very much. And we can tell this because the damage goes... That's not the right mod. The damage goes from 75 to 77.25. Not really noticeable. Not a big deal.
Thanks for helping
But
me out.
once we get the real mods, not the cracked versions, and then we level them up, it'll be a whole nother story.
I recognize that device. It's a parasitic restraint. We
That's the only mod we have for
something
this. Alright.
similar to keep our robotics in line. So, to settle my debt, I give you a very expensive blueprint. For free. Because I like you. And well, a lot of my customers don't live long with these grenade dogs chewing up the system. Here, use your foundry to build a countermeasure device from this blueprint. Good luck.
Vor's Ascaris is burrowing into your warframe. I'm worried it will affect your mind. I can't lose you, Tenno. We must restore the ship's foundry immediately. A nearby ore extraction colony will have the foundry technology you need. I am certain they will share it with you. Its location has been added to your navigation console.
Alright, so we have the option to continue on to the next mission. Or we could do our mastery rank. So right now we're mastery 0, but this bar filled up. And now we can take our mastery test. You can only take one a day, whether you succeed or fail. If you fail, you have to wait 24 hours to try again. If you succeed and you max out your level yet again, you'll have to try 24 hours from now to do it again. So let's do it. What do you get for doing this? Well, you get to be mastery rank 1, an initiate. What do you get? You get 500 daily standing, which is important later on. 500 maximum. 5,000 daily focus maximum. Again, way later. 1 base mod capacity, meaning instead of having 0 for something that's new, we'll have 1. And then when it gets leveled, we'll have an extra 1. So everything I just had, I can put more in. And void traces, plus 50 maximum, that's something we could do later. Even though these are irrelevant things to you early on, getting that maximum up early does help.
Of all their weapons. Prove yourself with your primary weapon.
So all we get is our primary weapon. We just have to murder things. Headshots do matter, remember that.
Excellent. Continue.
Where's the headshot on a chicken walker Moa? No idea. Somewhere in the center. I don't know. After 8 years, I still don't know.
Formidable performance. This test is now complete. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
And just like that,
when you are ready,
level 1.
Proceed to the navigation console.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's where we're going to leave off this video. It was a little bit longer. We're going to try to keep this a little bit shorter, but as informative as possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been wonderful. I've been Dark Monster, but let's be honest. Fuck this shit, I'm out.